Howdy, y'all, and welcome to Texas Watch for the week of Tuesday, June 30th, 2020. I'm your host, Projekt, and joining me, as always, is the Tracer main with the biggest brain, Zay.
What up, man? Another good week of Overwatch. We had one of the marquee matchups that didn't maybe turn out so well, but we've got our Texas teams. We got our Texas teams to talk about. And one of them did great. I think did great, but we've got differences in results, so we got some things to talk about.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about those in just a second, but first, this is Texas Watch, your source for Overwatch League news about the Houston Outlaws and the Dallas Fuel. Come here for discussion, all that good stuff. I don't know, I usually make this up every week. You're here on Tuesday, Oh, wow, I'm off my game. You can catch the show live right here on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/ProjectAR, because Texas time
is best this time.
If you can't catch the show live, don't worry about it. We put the show right there on YouTube. Just go on that little search bar at the top and type Texas Watch. Maybe Overwatch 2, because I think actually if you search... I did bad SEO before we made the show. Sorry, not sorry, okay? We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good shit. Let's start the show.
All right. Apparently we need to. Project's over here smoking it through it, but that's all right. I got you, bro. I got you.
So, to start things off, we're going to talk about the Houston Outlaws. This week, they had a good game. I don't want to illustrate this as anything bad. So, for clarification, the Houston Outlaws went 3-2 against the Florida Mayhem. Now, while that is a loss, any 3-2 means it went to a Game 5. Which means that it wasn't a stomp or a sweep. So let's talk about it. What happened in this game? Why do you think the Outlaws lost?
So here's my thing. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. We took the L, period. We saw a couple good things out of the Outlaws. Only by good things, I mean that Linkser stepped up a lot more than he did last week. I think that he played the Ash role really well. Ash Tracer is what we're currently going to run, it looks like. We don't really have a Genji player anymore. So it's something that, in overall, what I would assess for this match is that we need Linkser and Dante just truly have to carry this team in a way similar to Dallas. Doha and Decay, especially Decay, lately Oni God has done well, but Decay, let's be real, you're going to see Decay in the tournament.
If I don't, I will be very concerned.
I would laugh. I'd just be like, yo, Arrow is fucking throwing, dude. Arrow is throwing if you don't see Decay in the tournament. But no, I think in general, overall for this map, I think we played a lot better than Florida anticipated. I think they came in a little bit of sleep, especially when we came in and won the Blizzard World map. So
let me ask you this. Do you think this was an example of the Florida Mayhem playing down to the Outlaws? Now, I don't want to illustrate this as the Outlaws are a bad team.
It's a fair question. No, I don't think they played down a little bit after halftime, because both of the first two maps are very close. You had Oasis, where I believe the Mayhem won 2-1, and then you had Volskaya, where Mayhem won 5-4. But then as you go along after halftime, the Outlaws win the next two matches, and then it becomes a reverse sweep map. Sorry, not matches. Next two maps, and you have a potential reverse sweep kind of scenario. So I think after halftime, they were like, yeah, we're going to crush these fools. This fucking GG easy. I'm fucking teabagging everybody. They thought that was going to be the case, but it turns out when Junkertown came around, the Outlaws won. And then Blizzard World, we 3-0'd them. We held them on point A on Blizzard World. I think they got a little bit nervous, and then they came back and swept us on control, because I think overall Yaki and I'm drawing a blank on their other DPS. BQB, yes, you're correct. BQB and Yaki. BQB is one of the best Widows in the league, and Linkser is very hot and cold. So Linkser was hot during the two maps that we won. But then it felt like BQB and Yaki said, okay, we're not going to lose to the Outlaws. And they stepped their game up and won the control map, which is a lot more individual centric than it is on the other maps.
So let me ask you a question in particular about control. So I pulled up the game here, and I'm looking at the actual roster for each of these maps, right? Mm-hmm. I'm noticing the DPS lineup is just Dante Linkser. Did Blase play at all this week?
I don't believe he did, because the Outlaws, I felt like, wanted to run the double hit scan meta that a lot of teams were doing, which is Tracer Ashe or Tracer Widow. He may have played. Actually, did he play? He played on map 1. I think he played on Oasis.
I'm trying to pull it up. That's why every time I hit back, it goes back. Whoops. He played Oasis with Dante, and then Linkser went in, and they didn't.
I don't think he left.
Out. No.
Yeah, because we wanted to give a try to the Genji, right? I believe Blase had to have played Genji on that, because he's their only truly projectile player.
Did Blase play Genji ever previously?
Yeah, Blase's played Genji. He played Genji before he came to the Outlaws.
Okay.
He was a Genji Doomfist. He was a project. He doesn't play Pharah though. Dante plays a great Pharah. But yeah, he played a decent Genji, a serviceable Genji, I would say, and a great Doomfist. And at the time, because meta shifts so quickly, at the time that was great. You needed a great Doomfist, because a la Sinatra when he just fucking destroyed everybody. So we thought, great, we have a great Doomfist. We're gonna be great. We're gonna do good. We're going to rise to the top. The meta shifts. And in a double hit scan meta, Blase is trash. He does not play hit scan. Go back and watch McCree highlights if you don't believe me. Trust me. Trust me.
Let's just not revisit that.
Not saying the man can't aim. He could outduel me in a McCree battle 99 times out of 100. But at an Overwatch League level, shit did not work. So
let me ask you this question, right? We're seeing the Houston Outlaws come week after week of actually showing up. Like they've.
Well, hey, we always show up, but it depends at what time we choose to throw. We show up with the first map, then about halfway through the first map, we're fucking throwing. Or whatever.
So let's talk about what it's gonna take for Houston to finally reach that star level, that level of actually beating the top tier teams. You had mentioned a little bit ago about how if their DPS could step up, like Doha and Decay step up on the fuel. Mm-hmm. Do you think that that's what needs to happen? Because if you ask me, I think your DPS are doing plenty enough on their own.
Yeah, well, a Tracer Widow meta is our best meta, because Linkser is our second best DPS. And Dante's Tracer or Sombra, those two heroes need to get buffed. A meta needs to come where that's what we do. Like I think people underestimate with Overwatch in general is how much these meta shifts truly matter. The Valiant, who the fuck talked about Shaxx on the Valiant until Tracer became meta again, and now he's arguably the best Tracer in the league. Stat-wise, Striker was on the bench, one of the best Tracers in the world, and now he's starting for the Shock again because Tracer's meta. So our two DPS are best when it comes to Samba Tracer, and I would say Widow, mainly for Linkser. He plays a serviceable McCree, and his Ashe was great against the Mayhem here, but that's what needs to be the number one thing. And now, because that's kind of happening with Ashe, that's why we're able to compete with the Florida Mayhem, who is one of the top teams in the West, because the meta sort of favors us a little bit more. The hydration change was good. I think he fits better with our support line, but it's going to go, I think, where the meta takes us. So you say what your original question was, what is going to take for us to reach that next level? This meta is going to have to stay the same, or we got to come back to a Doomfist meta.
Do you want to jump around topics real quick? Because this kind of leads into the patch notes, which we were going to save for the third topic, but I think this is actually a good time to bring it up now. Okay?
All right, let's do it.
Let me get these open. So Overwatch has been actually really good recently about putting out their patch notes for the public to see. And today they put out what they call retail patch notes, which essentially means what is on live, what I boot up Overwatch, what we play when we hit
what the
play.
Fucking paying customers who support this damn game are going to be playing. That's all you need to know.
I said, what are you trying to say, Zay? Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're not paying, but we talk about Overwatch League and stuff, but the reason they even have a league is because of us. Sorry, I just want to put that out there. Buff Tracer. All right, I'm done.
Cool. So let's talk about these updates real quick. We're gonna revisit this later on in the third topic with some of the like more grandiose things. But for now, let's just talk about the character buffs and nerfs. Cool?
That's good. Run through them.
So first things first, Ashe. She got a dynamite nerf. Its cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds. I think we're going to be seeing a lot less Ashe this weekend. And I think this kind of gives, if we're talking specifically about the Outlaws, Lynx are more incentive to play that Widow again.
Which is what he should be doing. I don't know why we even... Ashe puts out more damage overall, obviously, but the Widow pick has so much more one-pick potential, so much more explosive potential than the Ashe. So
I'm looking forward to that. Brigitte is that nerf that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks.
Oh, talk dirty. Yes.
All of it has gone through. So, first things first, Briggs armor pack no longer gives armor extra. Well, it says no longer grants an additional armor health pool.
Correct.
So does that mean that it no longer gives armor, period?
No, correct. So if I have 150 HP as Tracer and she gives me armor, nothing happens. That's it.
Well,
you cannot increase the total health pool. Now, if I'm 80 HP, the armor pack's gonna work till I get back to 150. She throws me another, it's not gonna do anything. Okay. Now, I don't know how that's gonna work mechanically. I haven't played Briggs since that went through, so I don't know if you get the armor pack back.
I'll play her tonight when we play, and we'll go over it.
I hope you get the armor pack back because that would suck. Can you imagine like trying to throw armor to a group of people and you hit the wrong person who's full HP and you lose the armor pack? Or maybe it won't show up. I think the UI probably shouldn't show up. I think that makes more sense.
They do that for what's Mercy? No, what's the? Not important. I can't think of that.
Yeah, right I don't think there's any hero that does that healing wise. Anna shoots through people when they're 8 full HP, and Mercy can heal full health people if you're dumb.
So maybe it'll be treated like Anna's. That's what I was thinking of. Where if you are full health, her shots just won't do anything to you. They'll just go through.
And you right.
Okay. But in regards to her character, though, because you can't just take away one of her key things, she does get more shield from 200 to 250, but the regen rate has been decreased to 85 per second. And when it actually gets destroyed, it now stays destroyed for 5 seconds instead of 3. Pretty much brings Brig closer along the lines of a lot of the other supports after they've exhausted all their resources. Like with an Ana, if she misses her sleep, if the purple doesn't do anything, she's screwed. If Zen can't hit his orbs with the Discord, he's screwed. This puts Brig in a position where she is much more of a fragile support character, where she's supposed to stay in the back line and take care of her team. And I think we're going to see a lot more defensive Briggs, maybe not as aggro anymore. So
yeah, well, her whole fucking kit. All right, I'm out doing a Brig rant. You started this. This is your fault.
I'm reading the damn patch notes. What you mean is my fault?
The whole point of fucking Brig was to stop dive. But then she was a damn near tank. Like, that was the whole problem from the beginning. Yes, her shield bash, just like McCree's flash, should do enough to halt dive for like, oh shit, this person can die. She should not be able to kill someone by herself just with the shield bash as a support hero. McCree's a DPS and can't even do that to half the heroes on the roster. But a Brig fucking can, which was the dumbest part in the beginning from Overwatch and Blizzard. So now she is finally in a state where you're like, okay, if I break her shield, she got a full 5 seconds. That's a long ass time where I don't have to worry about shield bash and I cannot get stunned.
You can still get booped though with her flail.
Oh, I'll take. I can dodge a fucking flail. I can't dodge a giant fucking shield as Tracer and then and get boot back. Like I lose health and then I get boot back. So now I'm really fucked. I'll take it. I'll take that trade off.
I'm really worried about though with this though is that. Let me read. So the developer comment on it is granting additional maximum health is a powerful ability and has proven too effective when combined with the additional healing of repair pack. Brig's barrier will now provide more protection up front, enabling her to withstand more directed fire, but will also have a longer downtime if it is destroyed. So it's effectively making Brig a higher skill hero. I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's just making that she can't just fucking say, well, which I did enjoy as a Tracer player. Here you go. Here's fucking 2 armor packs, 250 HP Tracer. Let's fucking go, dude. What? And running there, 1 kill people. McCree, you headshot me? Ha ha ha, bitch. I have 200 HP. Like, I enjoyed that as a Tracer player, but now you can't do that anymore, which is fair. Now she is a character where you cannot just run up there and hold left click, bash, left click, shift, left. You can't do that. You have to stay with your Baptiste or Zen or whoever you want to play her with and actually just sit there and help.
Speculation question.
You're supposed to do.
Are we going to see her ultimate become more valuable with this?
You cut out there for me. Her ultimate become what?
More valuable with this. I mean, now her ultimate is the only thing that increases the armor pool. Because that's not getting retooled.
No, it's not. I think her ultimate is very valuable. I mean, giving the entire team armor is insanely valuable because nothing breaks armor, which I think is something Blizzard also needs to fix.
I'm sure they will in Overwatch too. They have
you have so many things that can break shields, but not are like characters who have shields, but nothing that really does that with armor. Armor is just like
Torb's ultimate.
Okay, well, I'm not. Yeah, no.
Torb's goo. His goo destroys armor.
No, his skeet basically destroys armor. That's a powerful fucking skeet. So hey, that's what it does. Good for Tor, man. He's got to have something, even being 2 feet tall. But I think that's something that I think her ultimate is still powerful because armor to your entire team is great. But it's very easily neutralized because when Brig rallies, everyone just get the fuck out. Just don't fight it. Let it happen and go away. If they rush you, hopefully they overextend. But it's just a lot more ways to counter her in general, which is what we wanted from the beginning. And you can look at videos online now. You can just Google Brig broke Overwatch on YouTube, and you will see tons of videos of why she kind of fucked up the game. I don't know. I don't want to go into too much of it right here. I just don't really like Brig as a hero because I think she requires no skill. She requires more skill now with the patch notes you just mentioned. But I think she requires literally no skill and gets way too much value. But now we're getting closer to a point where it's a little more fair for everyone across the board.
All right. That is Zay's Brig Hour.
You already know how I feel about this hero. You already know what happens when we bring up Brig.
Dude, actually, no. What is it? The Score Esports just did an excellent one of their like little docu-series, and it was all about Brig.
Yeah, that's one I watched when I say Google YouTube and why Brig sucks.
Yeah.
Why Brig broke Overwatch, I think is what it's called.
So there's that. We have 2 more characters to go through, though.
All right.
So
rattle them off.
This one is also in favor of the Outlaws. D.Va, my baby girl, the love of my life. Her fusion cannons. Now the movement penalty has been reduced from 50 to 40%.
It looks so weird too. Sorry, I'm just used to D.Va walking at a certain speed when she's shooting. Now I'm just like, God damn, girl, you fucking moving so fast. How the fuck are you doing that?
She's been doing that cardio with her mech. What can I say?
Guess that mech is fucking moving, dude. She put the Hydra boosters on there. I don't know. I was like, damn.
So she's gotten more buffs, and I'm very, very happy about this. Her defense matrix, the cooldown has been reduced from 1.5 seconds to just 1 second. So that means that if you're playing with D.Va, you now have a 1 second time to go from pressing matrix to not being able to press it to pressing it again.
I don't like it.
Okay. Let me stop you. Let me stop you just for a second.
All right,
for
D.Va
a second.
Main. Explain this.
This doesn't change the speed at which defense matrix goes down and comes back up again. If anything, all you're going to see is more divas with undisciplined matrices burning it out even faster. So you, as the Tracer player who is waiting for your opportunity to throw in the pulse bomb, if you see Matrix, just wait for D.Va to burn it out. She's going to even faster now.
So is this change her cooldown time, or just when you burn it out, it goes from 1.5 seconds to just 1 second? So if you use it all
when you press defense matrix, there is a cooldown from the moment of letting go and being able to press it again.
Right. So you gain no, but that's a huge buff because in looking in the Overwatch League, you know that so you've increased the skill cap for every other hero, Zarya's, Tracers, who else gets their shit eaten?
For the record, I'm not saying this is a nerf.
Oh, I know, but like, so you've made her, you've changed the timing, I guess, because there's a certain timing when you're playing against a diva that when a defense matrix goes down, you have a chance to look.
Yes, you have a
You
chance to
can
react.
like, can I grab? Is this a good grab? Okay, do it. But now that it's a second, that whole timing's been changed now. So you're gonna be like, you're gonna look and say, matrix goes down, assess the situation, and then grab or not. Now that has all been reduced. So you've had to increase the skill cap. So all the heroes who counter diva, or I guess have things that can be eaten, it's gonna be harder for them.
I see where you're coming from. I still think that most divas are going to make this or not a problem for themselves, but they're gonna fuck this up.
Well, it depends on what skill level you're talking about here. Yeah,
Okay.
from fucking plat down where we play, of course they are.
I am talking in the grand scheme of things. If we're gonna go back and talk about the Outlaws like we should be, actually.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Mecco's one of those divas that's gonna fuck that up.
No,
Neither would I say Notiz either.
And I think that the Outlaws, like, this is why I think this is gonna benefit you guys. Mm-hmm. You having Mecco, one of the best divas in the league, and like I didn't even get to the third buff, the micro missiles. It has an activation delay from half a second to a quarter of a second. So it's like the moment from pressing the button, there used to be a half second before the missiles would actually fire off, and now it's even faster. Essentially, like the devs say, like these buffs are trying to make Diva feel more faster, more responsive, and fluid to play. Mm-hmm. And I think that they do just that. I think that we're going to see a lot of good Diva players that have the reaction time, that have the speed, and, you know, that can actually do everything at once, do it well, and we're going to see more Diva plays. I'm happy for it.
All right, yeah.
I wonder why. But
yeah, I can. So, and who was the last hero that got a buff or a nerf?
Like this?
No. I mean, for the next one, because I can tell you that. I hope you can see it. Oh God. Okay. Well, okay. So that kind of throws off my thing here. But go ahead. So let me explain what his are, and I can take. There's an overall theme if you have been to tell already through this whole patch of buffs and nerfs.
So
there's overall.
I think I know what you're about to say, because Junkrat's trigger delay for his concussion mine is reduced from 1.5 seconds to 0.1 second, and the rip tire itself, like when you press Junkrat's Q, you lose control of Junkrat, you get the tire out, you control the tire, right? There used to be a 1.5 second delay from pressing
when he came back
to getting control of Junkrat, and now it is 0.9 seconds.
Yep. So overall, these themes of buffs and nerfs, they really want to put a bigger emphasis between what dive is and buff that, and what a true stationary comp is and buff that. For example, Brig and Junkrat. You've removed Brig's ability, or you've nerfed her ability to just be like a one-on-one, like fuck up dive heroes, you know, in general. Mm-hmm. She can't just one shot them. Mm-hmm. And now I've increased Junkrat's ability to be like, yo, just because I'm tiring doesn't mean that you can just kill me as a dive hero, because I'm coming back to my tire very quickly. And I have 2 mines that I can trigger very quickly. So you've made Junkrat and Brig in general harder to, if they're stationary and have a team around them, they're harder to kill. But we've buffed Genji, you've decreased Dynamite too. But you've buffed Genji recently. And you're buffing Diva. She can matrix faster, and her micro missiles happen faster. So a Diva Genji can fuck you up. So you're truly, I thinking about it now, really just now on this show, they really want to make it like you either playing full dive, which is strong, which you've made stronger, or you're playing defensive comp, 2 shield, Junkrat, Brig, and you're going to be harder to go against, because a 250 HP shield. It's still hard. Like if you're a Tracer, like that's gonna take like 3 clips from me. I don't have time to fucking shoot a Brig shield, so that's gonna be harder to get through. If you break it, great. You have more time to kill her. So Blizzard, I see what Blizzard's kind of doing with this. They really want teams. They want to have certain dynamics. This is dive. this is Double Shield, and this is how you play it. Both are strong. Who's the better team? And looking at it just now while I've been on the show, it's kind of came in my head. I think that's great. I think that's really great. If you have just a stronger Genji on the other team against the stationary comp, you can still win. It's not unfair. Like,
so
it's just,
I want to ask you a question. You're only naming 2 comps, though.
mm-hmm.
There are more comps in Overwatch. You don't think that they're only balancing to try to keep dive less powerful, do you? I would assume that they're trying to make it to where you have less just dive and less double shield.
That's what. No, they just did 2 buffs. They did buffs and nerfs to both sides.
Okay.
So but you can still. I mean, there's still pharmacy and all that kind of stuff too. I mean, you've got other comps. Torb is still viable in a double shield. Like let's just be frank about this. Double shield is what Overwatch has been for a while since Orisa was introduced.
I would say more since Sigma, I feel. Because like,
Orisa Ryan? You remember Orisa Ryan?
We didn't see that all too often.
We saw it. Fucking someone ran it last week, I think. Someone ran Orisa Ryan.
I'm talking because you said when Orisa came in, like, Double Shield didn't really, like, Overwatch League has always been you have your main tank and your off tank. We didn't really see anything like that until we had Sigma, who was a questionable main off tank hybrid. Okay, and that's when we started seeing Double Shield.
Even with that being the case, that's what people run. So I don't think that's what unless there's a drastic change, I don't see many teams realizing that's kind of the default that you build around and then doing other things. Like, so you have teams that are running the Genji right now, but most of the time they can default to Double Shield when it's necessary. It's like the next best thing compared to GOATs. Sustainability in Overwatch is a huge thing. If you can just live longer than the other team, you have a great opportunity to win. Yep. Double Shield right now gives you that best chance. So I don't think Double Shield is going anywhere. So that Overwatch is like, okay, if this is how it's going to be, then we need to make it so that the people in the bunker comp or whatever aren't just like super OP, like the Brig hole in situation. They're great when they're stationary and can be in a group. Like if a 250 HP shield Brig is with the team and can do everything else that she can, like, there's no way you can win that as a Tracer or a Genji diving her. There's no way. But if someone who moves out of position, you have a great chance with a Genji with his new buff with the shurikens to kill that person. So both sides kind of get a little bit of a buff by nerfing one, buffing the other, and kind of moving that needle. So it's interesting what Blizzard's trying to do here. So I think there's just more differentiation between what teams are good at one thing and what teams are good at another thing. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know if that patch is going to be played this weekend. I don't know if we actually figured out that was the case or not.
I think it might, because they put the Genji patch on Overwatch League last week.
But no, that was because we shifted. We removed hero bans.
Oh shit, you're right.
So hero bans dropped and with the new patch, but now I don't think they're going to change it until after the tournament. Damn. Because they don't do it between that. So when there were hero bans, stay on that patch. No hero bans, you're on this patch. Now after the tournament, when we go back to bans, it's going to be on the newest patch, I think.
Okay. Well, let's bring this back full circle before we transition over to the Dallas team.
Outlaws rule, but we lost. That's my final say.
Cool.
We played well though. Good job, boys. GG's.
Let's transition over to talk about my boys in blue, the Dallas Fuel. So last week we had a game that we were supposed to win, and we did. There is no cookie cuttering about cuttering.
What's this cuttering you speak of?
I don't know. I thought it sounded like a word at first. It kind of
use it in a sentence.
There was one time where I tried cuttering the potato chip.
Oh my god, that was a potato chip.
I'm sorry. I'm on the spot. Okay. Look,
you gotta be able to freestyle sometimes, though.
I mean, I do actually enjoy a freestyle. Catch me on some fucking no.
Exactly. You just kind of you catch me freestyling. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Continue with your Dallas deal.
We were supposed to win the game, and we did win the game, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll admit, when I first was watching this game, I got a little disheartened at the first map on Control. Why is my mic so far from me? On the first map from Control, We didn't look that good, and it was like, okay, what's going on? And then somehow it was like, oh, the team woke up, and then we figured out how to play the game of Overwatch. And from there, we saw Doha pop off. We saw Note continue to pop off. I feel like his Sigma gets better every single time we see it. We saw Onigod actually use the experience and didn't seem nervous anymore. I watched back Onigod's performance
last
week. You could tell he was nervous. He was missing shots he was not supposed to miss, and this week he was not missing shots.
Yeah, and you gotta remember the quality of the opponent too, because what's happening is the Titans are looking better. Yeah. So that helps the fuel, because I was talking so much shit. Y'all were fucking destroyed by the Titans. However, Shockwave and Dalton look like a pretty good DPS duo. So you have to walk back a little bit on that, because the Titans could be a team that once they really get their shit together are coming up.
From what I understand from the Field Titans game last week, or 2 weeks ago now, it was a matter of Vancouver was tired of losing, and they saw Dallas as a beatable team, and they had the confidence to get themselves together and get the win that they deserved. I'm not trying to just spin that. I think that's what happened, and I'm happy for them. You know, like a team like theirs coming into a league like Overwatch League in a situation where, honestly, you're unfavored. You were the replacements from the star children of the league, and everyone expects you to hold up that legacy, and for a while they couldn't. So I'm glad they're finally coming up to pace, but you make a good point. This just goes to show, like, Dallas aren't a bad team. Like, yeah, sure, we got stomped, but that was in consideration of having a new player we're trying to slot into the roster for his first pro game.
And the team wasn't used to not being carried. They're like, oh shit, we gotta do stuff.
Right.
Okay, all right, here we go.
And that's what we saw this week. Was no, we couldn't be carried. Everybody stepped up this week. I really do think that. Like, we saw Paintbrush actually had some clutch plays. I wasn't questioning his fucking hire this week. Crimzo wasn't dying first a bunch. Fucking Gomsu became a Chad a couple of times. Just big tank energy. Like, everything we saw this week looked like the fuel I want to see playing. Now, this is a question I want to ask, not just to you, but to myself. And, the whole Field fam. Do we have what it takes to beat Paris? Right now, they're a broken team, but they still have a lot of pieces that are dangerous. We didn't beat them before. I think it'll be a close game. I want to fanboy and say Dallas will win. I can't confidently say they will, but at the same time, they have a very serious chance.
I think you should walk through... Why don't you just walk through each player, each matchup, tanks versus tanks, DPS versus DPS, support versus support, and which team do you think is better?
Let's do that. I gotta pull up the team button. I wasn't prepared for this.
Because I can tell you right now, Doha loses the Genji war.
Yeah.
Sparkle versus Doha. Hell no, dude. Sparkle is the better Genji.
Doha was brought in as like the prodigy, and Sparkle is like the legend. Like,
did you watch the Eternal game last week? Sparkle had a Dragon Blade every fucking fight. It was insane. Against the Valiant. It was insane. So
I am a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. But let's go one by one.
Yep,
so starting off in the Flex DPS, we have Doha and Sparkle. What do they have any other Flex DPSs? Xe, Nico? Who? Because I know Soon is their hit scan.
Xe, Nico, Soon, and I think that
Sparkle is
Sparkle. That's their DPS. That's their whole roster.
Yeah, that's it. I am a little worried about Soon, but I think that if we went Decay Soon 1v1, my money's on Decay. I feel. Oh, go ahead.
Y'all are that's a tough spot, dude. Because what if they run double hit scan?
Then we run double hit scan.
With Doha?
No, Onigod.
Oh, I'll take Xe over Onigod, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Xe's
proven himself. Onigod's only been good for one game.
Can Onigod play Widow?
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah, his Widow's pretty good.
It's not better than Xy's though.
I need to see them side by side. From what I saw,
You're
the little bit that I've
you're
seen.
fanboying. Stop. You're fanboying a little bit. XC is one of the best widows in the league.
Damn it.
So you're fanboying a little bit. So like on a map like Junkertown, it'd be good because I think you're right. I think Decay can beat Soon. Soon has a lot of veterans. I don't. What do I want to say? Mentality. A little bit of veteran swag.
100%.
I think he can kind of trap Decay in a couple. Like Decay would be better, but he can kind of like get in his head a little bit. But I think Decay overall is better. I think Soon will win a couple fights. Just a pure like the veteran Tracer player has been doing it for literally 5 years. But Xy, I think, wins that battle against Onigod in the Tracer duel. If it's double hit scan. Obviously, if it's just hit scan Genji, then you guys are gonna lose the DPS war.
Well, what I think is a little problematic is looking at this roster, right? We only have 3 effective DPS. AKM is still on the roster, but he hasn't seen play since the homestand.
Nope, won't be seeing any AKM.
So we have Decay, Doha, and Oni. And I like the 3 of them. I'd like to see them, and you're right. It's kind of hard for me to say which one I think was going to be better because I do have that fanboyism in me, and I want to say Onigod would be better, but we haven't seen enough of him to really make that call.
Exactly. So I have to go with the knowledge that I do have, and the knowledge I do have is that XC is a really great hit scan player on McCree, Widow. He doesn't play Tracer because obviously Soon plays that, but I think his Widow's proven at this point, and Onigod's is not at this level. So I have to take XC in that battle.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the tank line. So for the Paris Eternal, they have Ben Best, No Smite, Hanbin, and Smex. I don't know anything about Smex. I know Hanbin's a pretty good diva, but he's not the best. Ben Best is Reinhardt. Definitely worries me a little. I don't really know anything about No Smite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No Smite's very up and down. He's not as consistent as I would say as Gamsu. So if they do, but he's a Reinhardt kind of one trick.
No Smite is their Reinhardt. I thought Ben.
No, Ben Best, but they both have played Reinhardt, which is the weird part, right? But No Smite has played Reinhardt in some comps, and so has Ben Best.
No, we played Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, not Reinhardt.
Is this all our show is? Just ripping on each other?
Well, that's what podcast truly should be about between those two people. So I don't know which one they're gonna play. When it comes to the tank line, I really have no fucking idea when it comes to Paris.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, I am far more confident in our tank line. Like the thing that kind of bothers me a little bit now that I'm looking at it is Note and Gamsu don't get swapped out. We have Trill. He's playing Valorant right now, bro. Like I don't feel bad for him. He knows. He's collecting a paycheck, bro.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm sure there's quite a few people who are actually doing that in Overwatch that I don't want to talk about.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not here to speculate.
Players get signed for multiple year contracts. And
I think the entire Washington Justice roster is going to retire after this season.
Don't say that. They have so many good players.
Who?
Most
Arc,
Janu.
Jay John, he may stay. I think he's still good enough that he can still play. But everyone else, like, they've been around a while, and you're just like, it may be time for y'all to go.
And after this, the blow up that they went through, I don't blame them for just wanting to get out.
Yeah.
To bring it back, I am far more confident in the Fuels tank line compared to Paris's tank line. Period.
That's fine.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
all right,
the support line.
FD God, you lose. You lose.
FD God only have FD God and Fielder. Like, they don't have any other supports. Mm-hmm. We can at least. Oh wait, no, Closer. Didn't he go home? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I haven't been keeping up with that. I do. I need to keep up with that. Paintbrush is showing up. I'm happy to see him show up. Crimzo has proven himself. So at least my 2 supports, I am confident that they can play the game well. I know that FD God is a threat. Fielder to me is not. But at the same time, though, if Fielder's the kind of support that you just don't notice because he's just doing his job, what does that say?
You've never heard a bad thing really about Fielder. I haven't.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I haven't.
So there's kind of that. Going up against this, again, I think this is going to be a close game. I do not think that this is going to be a sweep in one direction or the other. I think we might go to a game 5. At least a game 4. Like...
Oh, yeah, I don't think it'll be a sweep. I don't think it'll be a sweep either way.
I'm looking forward to this game. Because, like, Let's transition into the actual not Texas Showdown. Fuck. Summer Showdown.
Okay.
So, for the past month, Overwatch League has been doing these tournaments, right? Last week was a May Melee. This week is a Summer Showdown. I keep on saying week, month. I am starting to like the tournaments. I say that with a question mark. Because it feels like a substitution. No, like compared to homestands, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think this is a better option than what we had before?
What, the tournaments?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you... The ultimate is just have a tournament at a homestand. That's what they should have done if it was possible. But, no, I don't think it's equal. Well, one, it's not equal for the league because they lose revenue overall in the homestand. Like, these matches as a tournament don't give them that revenue.
Ooh. And if you imagine, like, we went to, like, a tournament in Dallas and they got knocked out in the quarterfinal.
Can you imagine them doing these kind of tournaments or monthly tournaments in every region? One at Washington, one at Dallas because y'all have pretty good facilities. You have an esports arena. So like one in Washington, one in Dallas, one in Toronto, and then one in the LA arena. Like a tournaments, dude, they would have raked in money. So I think as far as overall hype ability, like no, the homestands are better. But I think the ultimate thing would have been to have these at like a homestand. It would have been fucking sick.
Yeah, it's just the looking at Overwatch League, right? It's evolved so much since 2018, and we're in a mode that I'm afraid might be permanent. Like,
what, for online play? What do you mean?
At least for the rest of the season, if not part of next season.
Oh, well, yeah. We just talked about COVID. It's fucking up Texas, so we're not going to have anything in the near future at all.
Yeah, no, Dallas's esports facilities. Just kidding. We're just not going to come here.
Yeah, those aren't going to be open forever, at least for the near future.
Yeah,
so
right. It's just getting concerning because it's like we're seeing the Switch changes. This is not the tone I was thinking I was going to go for this topic, but here we are.
This is Texas Watch. We just talk shit while I drink Crown Royal.
We're just
sponsored by Crown Royal.
What kind of Crown are you drinking? Hold up. What kind?
Crown Royal Black, dude.
Ooh, I've never had that one before. Okay.
Ooh, dude. It's got more vanilla. It's a higher alcohol content.
Ooh, you should have stopped at vanilla. I would have just been like done.
No, yeah, it has a much higher vanilla content and alcohol content. So.
Cool. But no, like, this league is starting to worry me a little bit. You know, like, I've wanted to be optimistic. I want to be the yay Overwatch League. Like, we're enjoying it. We're having fun. We're still doing this damn podcast, for Christ's sake.
It's funny how this ends up. Oh, you cut out for me. I can't hear you.
Well, I didn't. I said after Christ's sake, I was done.
Oh, okay. No, okay. I thought you were gonna keep going. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to cut off the rant. No, it's funny how when it comes to our teams, you're much more optimistic for the Dallas Fuel. I'm more pessimistic for the Outlaws because I'm hard on my teams that I like. But when it comes to the league, the league should be. I'm not concerned at all, really.
You think?
I think with a consistent. Do you know how much Call of Duty League had compared to Overwatch League on YouTube last week? Call of Duty League had averaged about 25,000 viewers.
But do you think that's because this is their inaugural season? Like, we can't...
Overwatch League's inaugural season was huge. Are you kidding
on
me?
Twitch!
That's... No. See,
you cannot compare the numbers that Overwatch League and COD League gets down compared to the numbers possible on Twitch.
No. I know it got half. Well, no, I got half because Overwatch League at one point was almost 100,000, and now it's at 60,000. That's fair, but it's still six. What else on YouTube TV gets 60,000? If it's YouTube TVs, let me present this to you. What if YouTube just pays them more than Amazon did? With Google, it's just paying more per viewer. Amazon's paying $5. Google's paying 10.
Are they?
It's the same amount of money.
How it works? Do you think that they're paying?
Absolutely. That's what a fucking contract is. If it was no contract like that, Overwatch would be like, fuck it, we're gonna put it on every platform. Like that's how business works. So YouTube is like, yo, we'll pay you money to have this exclusively, and it could be even better. And Overwatch League got it all up front. So they could have 10 viewers. It doesn't fucking matter because YouTube, they've already paid them.
I keep on forgetting about these damn contracts.
Yeah, it's not like Overwatch is like, we're going to put it on YouTube only because we're just happy, friendly people. Fuck that. They were like, Google was like, yo, we want Overwatch League. Overwatch League was like, all right, how much you going to pay us to have it exclusively on here? And we'll give you this amount of money. And Overwatch League is like, okay. And then that's it. And I don't know if it's up front or over time. But yeah, it's not like people forget that. They look at this viewer count a lot. And 60,000 is pretty good.
We compare it to Twitch.
And Twitch is
because that's the only
platform.
Comparison, right? That's the only comparison that we have.
Dude, if you look at anyone on listen to this or later on listening to this, if you look at the overall numbers of Twitch, obviously has the most eyeballs overall in all of the streaming world.
But Twitch's VOD platform is ass.
But Twitch is what platform?
VODs. Like going back and trying to watch games was always a pain in the ass. Like that's one thing that I feel like we're forgetting about this conversation too. Like the fact that the games and everything are on YouTube, which is where the best experience to re-watch the game. Okay, technically it's in the replay viewer, but not everybody has access to that. So
you bring up a good point because especially the Asia games like Shanghai Hangzhou, the Spark had about last time when I watched it, because obviously I didn't watch it when it was on. It was like at 5 a.m. I was asleep. But when I went back to watch it, it already had 12,000 views and it was going up after it was aired live or posted about 5 hours from that time. It had 12,000 views. So I think, and we have a friend who actually works in the industry that we both talked to, and he mentioned that Overwatch League and Blizzard is happy with what they've gotten out of Google, and I believe him because if you look at it, because YouTube TV has less than half of the total viewership of Twitch, yet here we are with only half, if not more, of Overwatch League total viewers.
I do want to jump in real quick with a quick clarification. You keep on saying YouTube TV. There is a separate paid platform. Overwatch League is not on YouTube TV. They're just on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. I keep saying YouTube TV because I have YouTube TV. And side note, they fucking upped their prices, and I'm pissed. So I think it's my subconscious thing.
I'm not paying for YouTube TV. I pay for premium, and that's it.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, if you don't watch TV, then there's no point in paying for YouTube TV.
What's TV?
When I say YouTube
is that where
TV,
anime is that where I watch anime?
No.
That
is not where YouTube TV contains real humans. It's kind of, I know it's a
3D
crazy topic.
Oh my god.
3D projected as 2D in 4K.
No.
So I know
I want 2D. I was gonna say flat, but maybe not.
Oh no!
Sorry,
I'm done. It's over.
I couldn't resist an Opie joke. I can't help it. Okay.
Very, very well. Very well. Well played. When I say YouTube TV, I meant YouTube. But God damn it, I don't even know what my fucking train of thought was at this point. But my point is that I think people underestimate how much. I think how well Overwatch League is doing on the YouTube platform, especially with the pandemic and everything else.
Yeah.
Their marquee games still bring out. What was the last thing you seen on live YouTube or streaming on YouTube that had that many views? Granted, I don't watch too many things live on YouTube, but YouTube's live section in general doesn't have any content. Let's be real. Like, you go to live.
This is part of the problem with putting Overwatch League on YouTube's live out or platform, though, right? If it weren't for already being fans of Overwatch and fans of Overwatch League, I don't think that we would ever see when games are live. Like,
but there are another 65,000 of us who feel the same way.
true.
So imagine the people that were on Twitch and they're just, you know, I don't know.
Viewbotting for tokens?
Yeah, that are fuckboys.
Do.
There's fuckboys and fuck girls. Yes, I don't discriminate. Fuckboys and fuck girls who are watching it just on Twitch because that's where all their other followers and streamers they like and LOL, you know, Pepe D, whatever, are all over there. And they just don't even want to come to YouTube because they don't want to make the transition because they can watch more of their favorite people over there. And they're still fans, they're just the casual ones. So yeah, so maybe we hardcore fans are on YouTube, but this is obviously a limited contract. It's not forever. When it expires,
do we know that?
Well, it's not forever. There's no such thing as a forever. There's a lifetime contract. Really, there's no way they would.
Okay, you're right. But at the same time, I don't know how long this contract was. From the get-go, we knew the Twitch contract was 2 years.
Oh, they just didn't disclose it, but it could be 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah.
I can see them just not disclosing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they want it to be a bidding war. Because I think this whole segment, I think, my opinion of my general overall consensus is that I think it's doing really well on YouTube with the platform it has to deal with in the current pandemic. I think it's doing well. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the league really when it comes to viewership because the Melee tournament's going to get more than that. The Shock and Fusion game peaked at 65,000. The finals of the tournament, if it's something similar like a rematch, it's going to equal that, if not more, because people are like, oh, it's a tournament happening in Overwatch. People like tournaments. Tournaments are just what esports has been about for so long. When people hear esports,
right.
When people hear esports tournament, I watch. I've watched a fucking League of Legends tournament before. So I don't even play the game. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. But it's a tournament. It's the finals. I'll watch. So people who have that mentality are going to tune in. So I'm not worried about the league at this point. I think they've done enough with these balance changes. Blizzard knows what the fuck they're doing. I loved Blizzard before they became part of Activision. I'd like them less now that they are a part of it, but they still know what they're doing. I miss them when they were like, let's make a quality game. Fuck everybody else. Make quality. Who cares how much money we make? Let's make a quality game. That's gone a little bit.
I mean, WoW was their moneymaker, so they could make whatever quality game they wanted.
It still is, and they will never release how many subscribers they have for a while. They keep that shit a fucking trade secret.
I would love to know how many people actively play WoW. Like,
it's a lot, dude.
Genuinely curious.
Like from what I can tell, and from someone, I'm an adult, so I have stocks. Blizzard stock is actually not that bad right now. It's actually doing pretty well.
I wonder why.
So I'm not worried about their future prospects or the league in general because they've invested a lot into Overwatch League. And they're waiting for that big boom when Overwatch 2 starts and the whole league plays that. They're huge revenue influx.
I really can't. Like, I mean, I've said this once on the air. I'll say it off the air. Whenever they fucking make that pre-order page available, I am hitting buy now. I don't give a fuck, dude. I know I am like one of the biggest proponents for don't pre-order games. Like, there's no point to it, especially if it's digital. I'm going to be a fucking hypocrite just for this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't buy it. I mean, I've spent over 2,500 hours playing this video game. I think I'm at a point where I have to buy the sequel. There's no other option.
Right, and not just that, but like this sequel is giving us the story we have been dying for the past 4 years. It's giving us at least 3 new characters off the jump.
You're better. You're more better than me about the story. I don't give a shit. I just want to fucking kill people online and teabag them.
Dude, like I want to know about the Overwatch story. Like, what the fuck happened? What made Reyes like decide to go crazy? Like, why is Lucio and Symmetra like? Why are they fighting?
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say there's so many other backstories that don't get talked about. Lucio and Symmetra, right? That's a big one because Lucio was the heir to a fortune apparently. And Symmetra, because his dad made the technology and it's Lucio's rights, but then Symmetra's company or whatever stole it, and that's what she uses. That's a deal, dude. That's like, what the fuck? So there's a lot of untold stories when it comes to that kind of stuff. Genji and Mercy, why are they so close? Hello, romance opportunity here.
Why are they? Are we trying to keep the show kid safe? I often forget.
Are you kidding me? No. You haven't talked about curse on this show? I just said fuck boys and fuck girls. Like, come on now. Like, this is not a kid show.
Cool. I mean, if you didn't know, the Mercy Genji ship is kind of canon.
It's not canon until I see him kissing. That's all I'm saying.
Have you heard how they talk to each other in those voice lines?
Yeah, I've heard them. You seem to be doing well, Genji. Oh, I'm doing well. All right. Yeah, I'm doing well. I came to the back room. I'm feeling great.
Let's bring this to a close because we're about to get out of here.
Don't show this to your parents. Don't show the show to your parents. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Looking at Overwatch League, like, it's in a really weird spot right now because we're seeing so many shifts happen. And to be honest, I think they're making a lot of really good shifts. They're listening to the community. Remember, we got like a whole contenders spotlight where they like actually broke down like what's going on in contenders. I really liked that.
So support tier 2 Overwatch.
Please.
Support tier 2 Korea contenders. I swear to God, I'm not lying. Watch Korea contenders. It's almost as good as Overwatch League. I'm so serious. It's really fun to watch. So, all right, it's my plug. Continue.
That's cool. But yeah, I don't want to sound all doom and gloom. It's internet trolls tend to get to you, and at the end of the day, I fucking love this game, and I'm glad y'all are here to play this ride and enjoy it with us. This has been Texas Watch. You like the Outlaws? You like the Fuel? You like alcohol?
I didn't put that in there.
Come hang out. You can catch the show live right here on twitch.tv/Projekt AR every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, because Texas time
is bestest time.
If you don't follow us on YouTube, what are you doing? Go on, just go on your browser right now. I know you're watching on some sort of device where you can watch your Twitch stream and go on your browser at the same time. Okay? If you're watching us on YouTube, hold on, I got a message for you next. Okay? Go on YouTube. Okay? Type in Texas Watch. Yeah? You should see a couple of, like, there's a thumbnail with Tracer. That was the last one.
In an Outlaws uniform.
Yeah. Click that.
Great uniform.
Click that. I'm not going to force you to watch the entire hour-long episode, but at least hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell button. Seriously, do you know why YouTubers always say that shit? Because it genuinely helps.
And plus, you can just fast forward to the parts when I talk. It's okay. We won't tell Project.
Yeah, I don't mind. Shit. Do you know why he's the biggest brain here? Shit, I'm not an analyst. I like the color blue and I love Overwatch. Okay?
I like blue and clicking on things. Wait, Diva go brrr. Diva go zoom.
And now you know why I like Diva so much. Guys, that's been our show. Thank you so much for being here. Coolest, but I always appreciate y'all being in chat. Have a good night, y'all.
Yeehaw.